Hi, I'm Dave Vickers and welcome to the Photo Show. We've got the next part of our Nikon D7100 User Guide now, and we're going to be looking at using the Retouch menu within the camera. This is basically a very basic editing software that is contained within the camera, allowing you to make adjustments to images and saving them to the SD card without exporting them to Lightroom or Photoshop. Remember, if you like what you see on the Photo Show, please comment, like and subscribe in the boxes below. Let's have a look at the Retouch menu for the Nikon D7100. So in the last part of the user guide we were looking at the setup menu. Our next one down on the list here is Retouch menu, and it's got the little paintbrush and picture icon there. And what this is it's a basic photo editing really within the camera. So what you can do is you can actually edit photos and resave copies of that image by using the camera without exporting them into Photoshop or Lightroom or anything like that. So let's have a look at what we've got here. The first option here is delighting. So let's be delighted. Press OK, and now it gives us the option to choose images off the camera. I've only got a couple of images here just as a demonstration. So if we click OK, and now we've got the option here, you can see we've got the original image and what the delighting is actually doing to it, and you can see that it's actually lightening up the image. And you've got options here. You can make it darker, normal, or high. So yeah, and you can see there what it's doing is actually bringing out more of it. It's adding basically fake light into the image. And you've got the option there. If you want to cancel, press the play button. If you want to zoom in and have a look, press that so you can see what the image looks like. Or if you want to save that as an image, you press OK, and that will then save to the camera as a separate file. You'll still have your original file, but you'll have your edited file as well. Let's go back now to the menu. Next one down is Redeye Correction. Fairly self-explanatory. If you've got a shot that you've shot with flash and you have red eye in it, this will correct that. Obviously the image I've got on here doesn't have red eye, so we can't really view that one. Next one down is Trim. So again, selecting the image that you want, and you can see at the bottom here we've got some instructions there, and it's using your plus and minus buttons here on the camera to trim the image down and use a different crop area, and then obviously you can move that crop area there, and that would show you, you can then crop the image down to being a new size image. And again, you'd save that as a separate image to your card, so you'd have the original image and the adjusted cropped image as well. Next one down from that is Monochrome. Fairly self-explanatory, and you've got three options here: black and white, sepia, or cyanotype. So if you go to black and white, again choose your image, and there you go, you've got the image as a black and white rather than a full color image. And again, you can press OK to save that as a separate file. Let's go back to the menu there. Try it as sepia. Select the image again, and then we've got a nice sepia toned version of the image. And the final one there is cyanotype. Select the image again, and there you've got the cyanotype. And again, you can use your command dial to lighten or darken the image as you choose. So after Monochrome, then we've got filter effects. Click OK, and you've got a bunch of different options here for different filters: skylight, warm filter, red intensifier, green intensifier, blue intensifier, cross section, cross screen, soft, and back to skylight. So if we pick one of the filters, let's pick a warm filter. Again, you choose the image you want to use, and there we have it applied with a warming filter. It doesn't seem to have made that much difference to that image, but you've got all the filter effects there to choose. Next one down is your color balance. So we'll pick the image again, and from here you get to choose your color balance. By using the command dial, you're going across the color information screen here, and you can see from the histograms that's it at normal. Let's head towards the blue, and you can see the blue's heading up there, the image is getting more blue. And you can go in all directions. So you're going up to the greens and the yellows there, and down for your magentas and reds there. So let's put that back in the center. Go back to the menu there. Image overlay. So there are no images for overlay. If you've got a couple of images like, you know, a skyline and some fireworks or a different thing, you can overlay two images, one off the other. Next one down is NEF raw processing. So if you shot, unfortunately I shot that as a JPEG, so but if that was shot as a raw file, no image for retouching there. If that was shot as a raw file, you could do a little bit of editing within the camera and save it as a JPEG image as well. So you've got both there. Next is resize. So select image, select that one, and you can choose the size of the output of the image there. Next is quick retouch. So this is basically a very automated operation to retouch the image. You can see there it's lightened it up and changed the color balance slightly. There, slightly higher, brighter option, and there a slightly darker option. Not massively different from the delighting, to be honest, on that particular image. Next option there is to straighten. So there you can see that it's twisting the image to the right that way, and if you come back the other way, it's twisting the image to the left. So if you had something with a horizon where you wanted to straighten it up perfectly, in fact, looking at my horizon, that's not too bad at all. So that's how you do that within the image. And again, all of these, once you press save, they will save them as a separate JPEG image. So you'll have your original image still on your card, plus the adjusted image that you've taken. Distortion control is to adjust any lens distortion that your image may have obtained. Doesn't seem to be any on that to adjust to. Fisheye. Now this should give, so there's your image normal, and as you push through, you can see that it's curving the image to give a fisheye look to the image. And again, you're doing exactly the same. If you want to save it, you click OK, and that will save the image as a separate JPEG to camera. Color outline. And there we go, it's turned it into some sort of just graphic outline kind of image there. Let's go back again. Color sketch, which I'm guessing is going to be a very similar kind of look. Yes. Yeah, so you've got options there to adjust the vividness or the outlines there. But I think we'll leave that. That's perspective control. And again, you've got using the command dial on the back here. You can bring that towards you, bring the other side towards you there, bring the top in by going up, and bring the bottom in by going down. So you can make some fairly basic adjustments within your images here. Miniature effect. Now this isn't going to work, but let's give it a go. So basically what this is doing is giving a tilt shift effect that would work really well on scene shot from above. You get that model village kind of look. And basically what this rectangular area is doing is choosing the area that will be within focus. It'll just focus within the band, and you can move, you've got choices to move that up and down within your image. So that area within the yellow box will remain in sharp focus, and it'll apply a blur filter above and below that, which will give the tilt shift effect to your images. Next one down is selective color. And here you're gonna choose which point you want the selective color taken from within the image. And the final part of this menu is to edit movies. I've got no video files on here, but that will allow you to trim, cut the length of any movie clips you've down to a specified area, and again resave that as a separate file. So you'll still keep the original file, but you will be able to save the edited video file as a separate file on your card. So that's the retouch menu. The last thing we've got here, we might as well do it while we're here, just to finish the menus off here, is recent settings. And this is just a run through of all of the last settings that you've looked for. So if you look here, these are all the things that we were just doing within the retouch menu: selective color, miniature effect, perspective control, color sketch, outline, blah, 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 blah. Going right the way through back to the last menus when we were looking at the virtual horizon, the battery info, and all of that kind of stuff. So if you've accessed something on your camera recently and you can't find it with it, you don't want to go through looking which menu item you were looking at. If you go to recent settings, that will give you a list of, let's see how many we get there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 different areas that you've looked at, the most recent areas in the menus that you've looked at. So if you need to go back and re-change something that you've changed recently, recent settings will save you trolling through all of the menus to find the bit you need. So there we go. That's concluded all of the menus on the D7100. That's pretty comprehensive. If there's any parts that you need to go back on, just go back and look through the various sections. And that should give you a pretty good overview of all of the menus on the Nikon D7100. I'm Dave Vickers. This is the Photo Show. Thanks for watching. See you next time.